Good morning. My wife Monica and I have been at New Hope supporting and volunteering for 32 years. It's hard to believe. One of the favorite things that I have at New Hope is the Adult Forum. And last week, Pastor Chris led one on generosity. And he started by asking a question. When were you first aware that there were people who could give a gift of generosity to you that would impact your life? Well, usually that's the kind of thing I wouldn't be able to have, but I raised my hand right away because a very important thing happened to me. When I was a junior in high school, our pastor, a new pastor, said, let's put a youth caravan to go out to the hills of South Dakota where there's a Lutheran camp, Outlaw Ranch, outlaws. And it turns out that they described a beautiful situation. You'd be able to go on a horseback ride. Well, I've never been on a horseback ride. Well, maybe you learn how to be able to paddle a canoe straight into the lake that they have. I'm not sure I can do it today, but anyway, and it was near the Black Hills, so we would be camping and hiking. No, we wouldn't be camping, we'd be hiking, and seeing Mount Rushmore. A beautiful vision. And I had never been to a camp, but there was a problem. My father had ill health and hadn't really had a job for a number of years. And so we were at financial straits. But then there was a miracle. Miracles still do happen. At least they did in 1963, and I think they do still today. Through the grapevine, which was very primitive back then, no emails and things like that, they learned that there was someone who needed assistance to be able to go to camp. My mother came to me one day and said, you know, there is a congregant who anonymously wants to bring you to camp. Probably before she stopped saying that, I said, yes, yes, yes. I was going to be able to enjoy those wonders that I just talked about. It was amazing. And going with the group of kids that I knew, you know, that were part of it was a wonderful experience. In fact, I think it's really, in my youth, maybe the 1 week that's most important to me. So, we came home. We were all joyful. It was great. Upon about a year later, I found out who my saint was. It was Mel Larson. Mel Larson, I remember him because it was so, I thank him so much for this. But of all the events that I did, but what I didn't tell him about was something that was sort of private. It was private among the group of kids that went. The Bible study. And I don't know if it was always done or if it was just my luck. It was about love. Well, a bunch of young, older teenagers, they can talk about love. And I had never been to camp, so I didn't know about late night discussions and things like that. And it was just really warming. I would think that on our trip back, we had some problems between, who sits where and all the kind of things, who sleeps. But coming back, we were oozing love. It was just amazing. But there's another thing that came out of that Bible study. They had a verse that was the basis for it. And the Bible study was based on the epistles of John. And you may have this as a favorite in your Bible study, in your Bible verses. From the first epistle, chapter 3. See what love the Father gives, that we should be called children of God. And so we are. That is so amazing. And it's the reason that I'm here telling you about the importance of New Hope. Because in 32 years, I think we have seen whoever the pastors are, the congregation, the choir, the custodian, and the people around us, we are all children of God. And I know that we have responded. And I know that there's not much more that I can say about building on hope than Pastor Chris did today. but I certainly support it. I look forward to the new light that's gone around to the campus so far, the community center rising to be even more than maybe it has in the past. I really want to I look forward to it, and I ask that you will join us in supporting and praying for this effort. And I only have one more thing to say about New Hope, and I think you'll be joining me later for New Hope. Thanks be to God.